I moved back to Lake City from Pasadena, California in 1987 after having lived here all my life except for those 7 years. And the town has truly begun a growth spurt. You know, for years we used to be the city called Lake City that didn't have a lake. So now we have one.
I am originally from King Street, which is just a couple of 15 miles down the road. So rural health has always been a part of my life, or living in a rural area has always been part of my life. Lake City is very much a hometown feel. They make everyone feel welcome.
I grew up here at Lake City, and Lake City have changed tremendously. When I was younger, there was not too much to do, and as I got older, things start to decline. But now, as we have different festivals that's coming here and different people that want to see Lake City grow, I see a big improvement. That's why I decided to come back here to open up a business here like Life Change Fitness, because I want to be a part of the community that helps it to grow.
Dr. Morris and many others in town have jumped on board, and we're working to make Lake City a town that people would love to come to.
Let me say this. So he is being awarded the Community Star Award. We did not know that he was being awarded, because Dr. Brown is a very humble person. And I think that speaks a lot to his character. I think he is so deserving of this award. He gives tirelessly to his community. He gives tirelessly to his patients. But he kind of likes to sit in the background and not get that recognition. So today I am so proud of him.
Actually, I came to Lake City by accident, but it's been a blessing. My wife is from a small town, I'm from a small town. And when I finished my residency, I had 2 kids at the time. And being that we were from small towns, we felt that we wanted to raise our kids in a small town area. So we're looking at towns in Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. And I found out about Lake City by accident. I had no family, no friends. I met the CEO of the hospital at the time, was Dick Gammer, who later became a good friend of mine. He recruited us, invited us to church, to the barber shop, and showed us the town and took us out to eat. And after the interview, he told us, he said, I can only make one promise. He's like, I can tell you this, you will not become rich and famous, but if you work hard and do a good job, you'll make a difference. So my wife and I were sold on that, and we've been here ever since. Consider it a blessing. This town has been very good to my family and me. It was a win-win-win situation. The hospital won, I think the community won, and I personally won.
I became a patient of Dr. Morris Brown in 1997 because of my mother, Letha Daniels. She was diagnosed with breast cancer. When she first became diagnosed with breast cancer in 1997, I thought my world would end it. But when he told her, he said, Miss Letha, the decisions that I'm giving you would be the decisions that I would tell my mother. And because of that, it made my mother live over 20 years plus, and I'm so grateful. And when I saw how he cared for my mother, then I said, this is the type of doctor that I wanted in my life. Someone who not only would love me like a patient, but love me like a sister. And therefore, I am so grateful to having Dr. Morris Brown III in my life.
One of the things that Dr. Brown has always taught me or instilled in me from the very first day of working with him is the Serenity Prayer. And the Serenity Prayer simply is, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And he lives by that daily. He has instilled that in me to live by that daily. And that simply means that we know that in this career we are not in control, but every day we come to work knowing that God is in control and that we are putting our best foot forward. And we know that at the end of the day, no matter what outcome comes, whatever the outcome is, we have done our best. And I think that's what he lives by, and that's what he tries to do for every one of his patients. He leaves it all on the floor. He treats everyone the same. And he gives it his all. I believe he is truly just a key part of this community.
He is a proponent of not waiting for someone to come in and they're ready to be buried. You know, he specifically tells us that, I don't want to bury you. You know, I want you to have a healthy life. Gets on me about walking a lot, and he runs every day, so he can do that. So if the patients see the doctor out there running, what are we supposed to do? We got to step our game up. But I see in him, as a young professional, that he has a burning desire to uplift the healthcare in the rural area. And think about it, he could have gone any place else and start his profession, and he chose Little Lake City. So it's a blessing for us to have him as one of our healthcare providers.
I'm living a dream. I'm living the best life I can ever live. I've been very happy. I love this community. I love the people here. I tell people when I come to work, it's not really work, it's family and friends day. Fortunately, the family's been receptive to me and my family, and I'm living a dream and look forward to 25 more years of practicing and finish my career in the rural area.